Whipping all this dope up in the trap house. We fuck all you bitches at the trap house. I can't trust you, I can't give you real address. I can't trust you, I can't give you real address. It don't mean that be like Jerry Stacker. I might fall in love with my trap house.
I need to shave, y'all. It's no shave November. It's no fap November. It's no nut November. And I'm in these streets struggling, bro. It's just, this shit itchy, you know. I'm just going berserk in other factors, and here I am. But on some G shit, today we got Mitsuki Will's Explained in Boruto's episode 80. Yes, we got Mitsuki's will explained and his connection to Boruto. Why he is so like attached to Boruto out of the fact that Orochimaru kind of put the idea in his head. He's just trying to make sure that his will is his own, and he even gives some insight to why he likes to be around Boruto. So if you guys have been watching the series and you've been watching this arc following Mitsuki, you know Mitsuki in the beginning was more so searching for his will, aka his purpose, and he wanted to see if it was really his own, because he felt like his will was created just like he was, you know. He felt like it was implanted in him just like he was. So he's trying to search and see if it's really his own meaning, if it's only his real will. So in the beginning of the episode that we got today, you know, we got Seikei, we got, you know, my boy Kokuyo and Mitsuki. Obviously they're getting ready to head further into the land of stone, you know what I'm saying. They're trying to like go into the stone village because basically they're on the run from some leaf ninja, and they're trying to get Mitsuki to Lord Ku in time. Now mind you, Kokuyo has to leave a little bit early due to Seikei body start to deteriorate like tremendously. My man really just started cracking up, you know. It was like this man had some eczema or some like dry ass skin, and it was just like literally breaking up, and I was just like, okay, I don't necessarily know what's going on here, but you know, he's starting to like crumble. So obviously, like they stated early on, Kokuyo, you know, Seikei, they're all like synthetic humans. Even the other two that are with them, they're all created and engineered in labs, so they aren't necessarily just like Mitsuki, but they're still created in labs. And the thing is, they don't last for a long time like the Akuda. Even though like they are around, you know, they don't really last as long as like Mitsuki would, or last like an actual human, because over time their body starts to deteriorate and their molecular structure starts to like fall, you know what I'm saying. So it's one of those things where they're trying to figure out the secrets to help their bodies stay around longer. And you know, this is probably why Seikei takes such an interesting, you know, peek in humans, because he wants to know more about them. Not to mention humans create them, and you know, they are essentially trying to be more like humans and find out why they act and do certain things. So you know, obviously Mitsuki has picked up a lot of traits that humans have, so you know, he's finding Mitsuki to be very interesting. So obviously when Kokuyo gets ready to leave and head off, Mitsuki starts to like talk, and you know, Seikei, you know, he basically explains to Mitsuki like, I know you betrayed us. I saw you send the snake to stop that guy's heart to make it look like you killed him, even though you didn't kill him, and then you sent the snake off into the bush. Why would you do that? So he's already letting Mitsuki know that he was aware of that from the beginning. He even in his like dying moments, quote unquote, because you know, he could have technically died if Mitsuki would have just attacked him. He's put this like centipede clay around Mitsuki's neck and essentially told him, if you don't tell me the truth, I'm going to make it explode. And so when he starts to get Mitsuki to tell the truth, you start seeing Mitsuki really unwind with his will. He starts to truly tell us a lot of different things and how reasons why he's connected with Boruto in such way that he is. He talks about his will, how it's like, you know, being around Boruto, how Boruto is his son and he's supposed to be like the moon to Boruto a little bit. He even talks about Boruto in depth and talk about how much Boruto is like straightforward. Boruto is straightforward and always ready to get the job done. He's always surrounded himself about friends. He will basically fight till the end to protect his friends. You know what I'm saying? He hates to lose, but at the same time, you know, he's always trying to like defend his friends, and he just talks like so highly of Boruto, and he expresses himself in such a like high regard regarding Boruto. You know what I'm saying? He was like, Boruto is always surrounded by these great people due to the fact that he's always putting himself on the line. You know, he's very straightforward. He's just out there. He's outgoing. He's always smiling. He's just a happy person. So that keeps him surrounded by people all the time. You know, even when Mitsuki talks to him and like lets him know that they're friends, he's always telling him how Boruto's always smiling. He's always happy. And then, like he says, him being like that always keeps a lot of people around him, always keep him surrounded by people, which make him stronger, you know. And that's why Boruto is so successful in, you know, being the way he is. And he talks about how that's like the major connection between him and Boruto, and what he looks up to Boruto for, because the whole time Mitsuki has been feeling alone. Even though Mitsuki has been surrounded by Sarada and Boruto, he was still feeling alone. Because mind you, the gravitating key in Boruto is Boruto. You know, everybody sits there and associate themselves with each other due to the fact that Boruto is there. You know, everybody hangs out with each other because of Boruto. You know, when things go bad and haywire, Boruto's the one that's running off, and then he's convincing people to join like his movement or join his cause. So he's always, you know, with Boruto. He's like, you know, Boruto's kind of the leader, everybody else is like some yes men. And so Mitsuki maybe felt like, you know, they're not really there for me, but more so for Boruto. You know, these people aren't here to be my friends, but more so to help out Boruto in a time of need. But in the end, you know, Mitsuki's going to have to figure out that these people have become invested in you as well. Just because, you know, obviously y'all met through Boruto doesn't mean these guys don't have your best will at heart, you know, their best interest at heart, you know what I'm saying? Like, these people look out for you, these people care about you, and that's the same reason why these people are coming to see if you actually went rogue or not. That's why Shikadai is undecided. Shikadai wants to write you off, but at the same time, he looks at you like a friend. So he doesn't want to completely write Mitsuki off and say, oh, well, Mitsuki left. Mitsuki is a bad guy. Mitsuki doesn't deserve to, you know, be a part of the village anymore. You know, he's trying to figure out what was the reasoning behind Mitsuki doing what he did. And like we said in the beginning, Mitsuki left to figure out was his will really his own. He even talks to Seikei about being created by Orochimaru, because Seikei talks about how, you know, he was created by Lord Ku. He was created as a purpose, and usually they don't really show them any, like, you know, niceness. They don't treat them very fair. They treat them in like a kind of a dark regard. So, you know, my boy, you know, Seikei is just probably thinking to himself, like, you guys got parents, you know, kids come from parents create children, you know, you guys are, you know, taught by your parents. And then he even talks about, like, you know, how Boruto speaks about his mom always getting on his back for brushing their teeth. He even teaches, you know, Seikei how to yawn and just how to sleep. And he even told Seikei about having dreams. Mind you, Seikei said he never slept before. He's never had a dream before. So it's like he's interested in that, because Mitsuki was created similar to how he was created, and like they're like completely different. And the reason why that is because Mitsuki grew around Boruto. Mitsuki has been around Boruto the whole time. You know what I mean? It's like, obviously he trained by, you know, Orochimaru and stuff like that. But when we saw Mitsuki first get introduced into the series, he was kind of on some, like, you know, humanoid type of thing. Like he was a robot kind of. He wasn't necessarily expressing himself, but more so trying to see what Boruto would do to pique his interest. And then over time, he started to develop emotions that helped him connect with Boruto even more. And that's why I feel like Mitsuki regarded Boruto as his son, and Orochimaru told him, this is your son, because he knew the son of Naruto would be the person that would make him grow the most emotions. Because remember, Sasuke was a very cold-hearted individual. He was very dark. He was very, like, shrouded in his own secrecy, you know what I'm saying? But Naruto was able to pull him out of that darkness and, you know, help him, you know, come back to the side and actually show those emotions. Because mind you, like, Sasuke's married to Sakura, you know, he barely shows her any emotion. It's only up until like recently we find out that he comes home every other night, you know, at midnight, and sneak in just to hang out with Sakura, you know, even though Sakura never knew. It's one of those things where, like, you know, we never saw that emotional side of Sasuke. We never showed that compassionate side of Sasuke. But, you know, Naruto always was able to pull that side out of him. You know, he was always to pull that side out and bring his friend back to where he needed to be. So Orochimaru knew the perfect way to make this synthetic human, this created humanoid being, have and develop proper emotions would put him around somebody that would have an emotional, like, feat, you know what I'm saying, that would probably have, you know, a big impact on the person's character. And that's pretty much the whole connection between Mitsuki and Boruto. Boruto is the person that's allowing Mitsuki to manifest his emotion as well as his dreams and pick up on human traits. You know, he's helping him realize humanisms and allowing him to be more human than actual synthetic human. Because if he was just going to be a synthetic human, he was just going to be a synthetic human. There was no point to it. It was going to be like a robot that just served Orochimaru or just did what he wanted on his own regard and just acted how he pleased. So Orochimaru kind of planted that in him, And it's not that Orochimaru wanted him to believe that was his will, but he knew that Boruto would be the person that would help him like realize his emotions and make the deciding factors for himself. And that's what we are seeing now. Mitsuki is making his own decisions. You know, obviously people regard to Boruto as the Hokage's son, and they treat him individually differently due to the fact that he's the Hokage's son. But like, you know, we have Boruto still acting on his own and acting on his own accord, you know what I'm saying? So people like freak out when they find out Orochimaru is Mitsuki's parent. You know, they treat Mitsuki a different way, but Mitsuki doesn't act like Orochimaru. He treats himself like in a different regard. He's going down his own path. He's not accountable for the sins and the actions that his parent has done. You know, he's not following that same path. So it's kind of like that, but you know, obviously Orochimaru was on some crazy shit, you know, so I completely understand people casting Mitsuki out, but it's still Mitsuki proving to the world that he is his own person and not his father or mother or whatever Orochimaru goes by creation. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you created me, but like just because you created me doesn't mean, you know, I'm gonna act like you or I'm gonna be like you. And that's like Boruto, you know, just because my dad's the Hokage doesn't mean I'm gonna follow the Hokage's footsteps. I'm gonna prove to you that I'm my own person. I've done everything that I've worked for on my own. I don't want to be held to the regard that, oh yeah, it's only natural for the Hokage's son, because, you know, at the end of the day, I'm the one doing the work. It's not my dad getting involved. My dad isn't out here training me. It's Sasuke, you know, it's Konohamaru, it's my teachers at the academy. I'm picking up these abilities through them. It's not that my father is like teaching me different ninjutsu or teaching me how to do different things regarding, you know, my techniques, but more so picking them up on my own. You know what I'm saying? It's really an interesting thing to see how in depth they went. Now, mind you, this wasn't really a review because I didn't go into like different aspects and factors that happened in the show regarding the Tsuchikage and other things that were taking place. Excuse my dog barking. He's in the back of the house. I don't know what's going on. But at the same time, you know, there's still a little bit more information to be involved in, basically unrevealed, because we have things going on, and I want to make a video regarding the Tsuchikage in her own right. So if you guys enjoyed this Mitsuki will explain video, make sure you drop that like button. If you have your own personal thoughts and personal opinions, leave that in the comment section below. And with that being said, my name is Shino Bentril. Stay true and stay real, and until next time, see you guys later. Bye Z.